Welcome to Sports, Wheels, and Reels with Jeff Miller and Austin Horton. One show, two guys, three topics, unlimited possibilities. Presented by Mark Miller Subaru. Engage with us on social media or email us at podcast@mmsubaru.com. And now, welcome your hosts, Jeff Miller and Austin Horton.
Hey there, hi there, ho there. I'm Austin. He's not Jeff Miller. He's
Not
Josh
Jeff Miller.
Goldsmith. He makes more money than Jeff Miller. Ashley producing.
God,
as
wouldn't
always.
that be nice?
Oh, it'd be phenomenal. Yeah. And we're we believe episode 62. If that's wrong, Ashley will dub over our voices.
Not feeling
and
super
put
confident in
63
that,
there.
but we're going to roll with it.
When we got past 20,
And it's all been a blur ever since.
and I don't have any more appendages to keep counting with, so.
I can't count that high anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. We're going to talk about the Jazz, the NBA, baseball,
NFL, movies, car stuff.
including a privacy violation coming your way from the car manufacturers of the world.
Buckle up.
Stay tuned. Be right back.
Every child deserves equal opportunity to succeed, yet some still struggle without the necessary support. Teachers and social workers face pressure, leaving students underserved and parents struggling for resources and support. Teaming up with Granite School District, dedicated individuals, and community allies, Granite Education Foundation provides essential programs, hosts major events, and links resources to boost student, family, and educator success. Girls on the Run Utah empowers girls through programs that nurture strengths and skills in an inclusive environment, making a lasting impact on confidence and physical activity. When we empower our youth inside and outside of the classroom, we are giving them the tools and support they need to thrive with confidence. Join Mark Miller Subaru in empowering youth inside and outside of the classroom during the Subaru Share the Love event happening now. Learn more at markmillersubaru.com.
All right, let's talk about some Jazz. The Utah Jazz.
Moving to Draper.
They're horrible. They're terrible. They won last night.
They played pretty well last night.
Yeah.
They look good. For being down 4 starters.
And they survived the Keontae George scare of 2023. So he's not hurt
Thank
badly.
goodness.
But this is really what I want to talk about. Because, God, I got a lot of hate on Twitters on the old X machine.
This is not new
Because they lost by 77,000 points the other night.
to Dallas.
And I got on Twitter.
Did you
I was
go
like,
off?
All I said was, let Draper or Vegas or whatever city have them. Just kind of flippantly, whatever. And
Yeah.
God, people are like, you fair weather fan, you blankety blank so and so, what's or other. I was like, oh my gosh, guys, they lost by 1,000. You can't defend.
I'm just trying to look this up.
I tweet too much, so.
Holy smokes.
Oh, by the way, did you see Luke Combs?
You're a big Luke Combs fan?
I am now. Luke Combs' lawyers were going after companies that were selling his likeness without permission.
You can't do that.
Well, but they grabbed this poor little lady that was selling tumblers on Amazon, like cups with his picture on it.
Uh-huh.
Because she can't work because of her cancer and to pay for her medical bills. And so Luke Combs dropped the lawsuit against her and said, I'll pay for everything for you.
What a guy.
And here's $11,000.
Yeah, that's why I love
I'm a big
country
Luke
music.
Combs fan. Yeah,
Good-hearted people.
it's about 50-50 for me on the country music front. But anyway, what were we doing? Oh,
You
yeah.
got some good
The
tweets
Jazz.
in here.
Oh, thank you, sir.
My God.
Anyway, I don't want them to move, but I believe they're probably 80 to 85% going to be moving at some
Not
point.
a chance.
Yep.
I don't think they move.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
It's
don't even
happening.
know. I was talking to Jeff about this the other
The
day.
Vineyard
I don't
Jazz.
even know if the NBA will let them move.
Why not? The NBA's letting the Wizards leave D.C., the capital of
yeah,
the
but
country.
No one really cares about the Wizards.
That's
care less about the
that's
Wizards
so
than they
much
care about the
business
Jazz.
in D.C. is tied to the Wizards. Those games are sold out.
Which is crazy because they are not good.
No, but diplomats from around the world are there every night.
Every night.
Yep. So anyway, the NBA doesn't do anything if you choke a player. What are they going to care if you?
I would imagine that you see the Jazz build a new arena. I don't know if it's in Draper.
Interesting. That's going to be in Draper or Daybreak.
I don't think so.
Or even, dare I say it, Utah County. When Ryan Smith bought the team, he said on a podcast the week after he bought it that he would love to have them closer.
I think it's a leverage piece to get Salt Lake City to take care of it and keep them in town.
Why?
I think that's it.
Why?
They're not moving. Move on.
I get the argument against this, but I am so opposed to public money paying for stadiums.
I agree with that.
The owners of these teams literally have machines to print whatever dollars they want.
Uh-huh.
They can build their own stadiums.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Sure, the city should then cover the utilities, the water, the sewer, all that.
Saying what I'm saying.
Yeah. They're moving.
They're not moving.
And
that's okay.
They're going to move even further south than Draper. They're going to move to Las Vegas.
We're going to have to agree to disagree.
You remember the second year
they're not going
Ryan
to Vegas.
Smith owned the Jazz. They did their training camp in Las Vegas.
Gosh.
And he wanted all of their preseason games to be in Las Vegas. And the NBA told him, nah, can't do it.
Are you raising two little Grinches at home?
What does that mean?
You're just like the Scrooge of all things.
I'm telling the truth.
Jazz basketball, Scrooge.
For 53 years, I've put up with this sound.
University of Utah basketball, Scrooge.
What?
Football, Scrooge.
How?
Christmas, Scrooge.
Well, Christmas is a little overblown.
Hunger Games, stay tuned, but Scrooge.
Later, Josh will finish the show while I leave.
Oh my gosh!
And he talks about the Hunger Games, snakes versus
but we also have some other
rats
NBA,
or whatever.
We also have some other NBA news to talk about.
Yeah,
aside from the Jazz not moving.
Speaking of choking dudes,
your favorite player,
Draymond Greener, has been suspended indefinitely.
Yeah, what do you think that means?
It means that Ja Morant missed 4 games for guns. Draymond Green shouldn't miss more than that for choking and hitting people.
I think it's going to be 5 to 10 games.
I think that it's hilarious how contrite he's trying to be.
There's no way.
How he's like,
that
maybe
man
I do need
a
help.
psyche valve.
No, he needs.
There is not a chance.
I said this with Jeff a couple weeks ago. The dude needs a hug in the worst way.
In the worst way.
Like, he needs some better influences in his life. There's a little 6-year-old Draymond Green inside his brain that needs a hug.
A big hug.
And too bad now it's been 32 years since then. But you got to fix it.
Good.
You got to get around to it.
It's really not good.
And it just...
He's just a menace.
Even Rudy Gobert and Yusuf Nurkic were like, that dude, we just want him to get healthy.
He needs help. Yeah.
So... The good news is for the Warriors, him being absent might help them win more games. So,
yeah, if Clay and Wiggins can pull their heads out of their rear ends.
Well, they just did bench Wiggins.
Oh my gosh!
Jonathan Kuminga is now starting instead of Andrew Wiggins. But anywho, so Draymond Green,
train wreck in the Bay,
suspended indefinitely. I think it's less than 10 games and he'll be back.
I think it's gonna be less than 10 games, but I am happy to see the NBA actually putting their foot down and saying we're not going to tolerate this shenanigans. Because it's true, like, he's not
finally
potentially hurting, like, the stuff he has done this season could potentially very, very, very badly hurt somebody.
But I get it. Why, though? Why was choking someone less bad than a backward swipe at someone's face?
I'm not saying it was.
The fact that they gave him nothing.
It's crazy.
For choking Gobert.
We got suspended for a couple games.
Nothing.
$180,000 a game he misses.
But he still got to go on TNT and do his little hit and build up all that stuff. Anyway. And then let's talk about Ballgate.
Oof.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. By the way, the NBA is undefeated as being the best soap opera in the history of soap operas.
You tweeted that this week.
And I meant it. These are grown-ass men fighting over a literal toy. This is a toy. This is a toy. It's my toy. No, it's my toy.
But it means a lot.
How about
to
it's
them,
neither of your
Austin.
toys? Adam Silver should just come in and pop the ball.
If you can't share, no one gets it.
Yeah, exactly.
No one gets the game ball.
Yeah. How about if it's neither of yours? Would you like that?
We'll cut it in half.
That's King Solomon. No, don't leave.
That
the
was
ball alone.
crazy.
All right, so he sets the franchise record of some such points, dunks,
Points in a game?
whatever, 64.
Four?
Yeah, and at the end of the game, a fracas breaks out on the court,
It's a good word for it.
followed by Giannis Antetokounmpo sprinting to the
Down the
Pacers
Pacer
locker
tunnel.
room,
Ready to
trying
destroy
to-
anything in his path.
claiming that the Pacers had taken his ball.
Which they did own up to because they had taken it because it was the ball used for the first points of the rookie on their team.
Nene. There is now video evidence as the game ends. Guy in full Bucks logos running out to the referee,
Taking
taking
the ball?
and taking it to the Bucks locker room.
Really? So
So-
all this drama for nothing?
And then in that post-game press conference, Giannis saying, I don't even think it's the right ball. I think they switched balls on me. They didn't. That's the right ball. Your own equipment manager had the ball.
We should ship him this one and be like, "Hey man, we found you the ball. We found your ball."
He needs to find some balls and not care about a toy is what needs to happen.
You're right. Well,
Man up, gentlemen. It's time to be grown. It's a ball.
but he scored lots of points with that ball.
Barry Sanders did not celebrate a single moment of his entire career from the time he was 7 until he died. He didn't die. Just breaking news. And now
You heard
Giannis
it here first,
Antetokounmpo
folks.
is crying over a ball.
A game ball, setting records.
Yeah.
You
so
just don't get it.
what does it matter?
You don't get it.
And then he had the audacity,
Oh, God.
audacity to say that he should have been given the NBA Finals ball when they won Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Why should he get the ball? Shouldn't the franchise get the ball?
You'd think.
Yeah. It's not the Milwaukee Giannis's.
I think you should tweet about that.
I'm done tweeting. Anyway,
You're
children
not done
fighting
tweeting.
over toys.
There's not a chance.
It's Lord of the Flies.
What do you think the over/under is on how many tweets you tweet between now and the next podcast?
13 and a half.
I'm taking the over.
Okay. Money? You can't put money on it because I can control that.
That's true.
I can't control myself.
It will be
All right, speaking of...
far more than you've had more than 13 than the last 24
I have
hours.
not. That is hearsay and libel.
I'm taking the over.
Let's-
Vegas is going to like that.
Let's talk some baseball.
Let's talk some baseball.
Shohei Ohtani.
Do you feel better about baseball?
No, you know I'm an Angels fan.
my gosh.
Did you not know I'm an
I
Angels
did.
fan? All right. So Shohei Ohtani,
I
no
even
longer
put him
with
up
the
here
Angels.
in Dodger stuff.
He's in a Dodgers
Just
uniform.
for you.
He is getting paid $700 million, but only $2 million a year during his playing time. So the next 10 years, he's making 8 years, he's making $2 million a year,
Mm-hmm.
and then in year 9 and 10, he'll make the rest of the $700 million, so that the Dodgers have money to spend on other
crazy.
players. I don't know how it's legal, frankly.
It's definitely not legal.
After it's being allowed.
I mean, it has to be illegal.
But after year 8, when he starts getting the big payments, he can retire, move to Montana where there's no income tax. Or is there income tax in
I
Montana?
think there is in Montana.
Where is there no
Portland.
income tax? Oregon?
Oregon? I don't know. Vegas.
Alaska. Anyway, move where there's zero income tax and make it. Anyway, so he spurned the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Angels, the Giants, went to the Dodgers. Then it turns out that apparently Shohei and his agent, after they got the offer from the Dodgers, said, give us a minute, give us a day or two. We're going to see if the Angels will match it. We owe it to them. We like them.
Yep.
They went to the Angels, and the Angels didn't even really reply. Didn't even really answer the phone. We're just like, good for you.
Yeah. We can't touch it.
They forked over $500 million for Vernon Wells, C.J. Wilson, Josh Hamilton, Albert Pujols, Anthony Rendon, who's played 6 minutes in the last 3 years. but they can't give Shohei Ohtani, the greatest player ever, a
$700
phone call
million?
back. Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
I'm happy for Shohei because
Are you going to choose a new franchise?
No, I'm not that dude. I'm not a fair weather fan. Twitter. The Angels are my
I think
team.
we should count that as a tweet.
Even when Salt Lake gets that's not how that works. Ask Elon. That doesn't count. Even when Salt Lake gets their own baseball team, I'm still going to be an Angels fan. But I'm glad for him that he's no longer stuck in hell. He's going to win games. He's going to win titles.
It really is crazy.
Yeah.
Think about how that all plays out.
Yep. So, well done, Artie Moreno. You're great. And then finally, the NFL.
A lot of money.
We're down to the last 4 weeks. Do you play fantasy football?
No.
Neither
Fantasy
do I.
basketball.
Yeah, that's crazy. Speaking
Crazy.
of which, found out you've got a very famous uncle.
I do.
Tiger Woods is his uncle.
Marky Mark.
This is this Saturday.
Crazy.
Whenever
NFL on
there's
Saturday.
that's when you know that we're near Christmas. And Christmas Eve's on a Sunday. Anyway,
And after Hanukkah.
Vikings, Steelers, Broncos on the road at Bengals, Colts, Lions. Which of these games is going to be the best game?
Oof.
It's a lot of junk.
I don't know if I love any of them.
It's a lot of garbage.
I mean, Broncos are a little interesting.
This is the battle of the
Bengals
backups.
are a little interesting.
The Broncos suddenly have done some things nice.
Yep.
The Lions should be better than they have been of late, but
Yeah.
they should be a Super Bowl contender. And this is hard pass.
Hard path.
Don't need to see any of that nonsense.
Just in time for your 4 p.m. nap.
That's right. But we're down to the last 4 weeks before
Crazy.
the playoffs
Who do you
start.
think's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Kansas City, because it's too much of a hype train to not have them there. Speaking of grown men acting like children,
Oh, here we go.
Patrick Mahomes, my word, your dude was offsides by 9 yards. What are you talking about? Let it
Hey.
go, bruh.
It's America's team.
Yeah, it's Swifties.
Taylor Swift's
The
team.
Kansas City Swifties. And I'm a Swiftie. But even I'm, like, over it at this point.
Are you a Swiftie?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like her music. I respect her as a
Hey,
person.
hush in the commentary.
But I'm over it. Like, enough.
So he's not a Swiftie.
I am a Swiftie.
Full Swiftie.
But even Swifties need swirlies at some point. Like, it's enough. Like, it's
Don't you have
enough.
to have hair to have a swirly?
Yeah, I guess so. That's one benefit of being clean. Instead of y'all, you germ heads.
Sorry.
With your,
That was
germ
rude.
filter
That was
grabbers. All right, that's it for sports.
I apologize, but I don't take it back.
That might be it for sports forever. We may have ended all of sports talk. All right.
We may have. Welcome to
Wheels
Wheels and Reels.
All right, he will be back with some car talk, including will you be able to drive your car without giving up some privacy?
Dun, dun, dun.
Stay tuned. Be right back.
Girls on the Run Utah holds a long-standing commitment to building a world where every girl can know and access her limitless potential, celebrating the whole girl. Their passion and dedication to inclusion, diversity, and equality empower every girl to build healthy physical and mental habits that last long beyond the program. Girls on the Run Utah has inspired thousands of young girls at a critical stage to build their confidence, kindness, and decision-making skills. Mark Miller Subaru is proud to support Girls on the Run Utah as their Loves Diversity partner. Together, Mark Miller Subaru and Girls on the Run Utah are empowering youth inside and outside of the classroom by supporting outreach efforts and enhancing necessary programs to ensure that every girl knows her full potential. Join Mark Miller Subaru in empowering youth inside and outside of the classroom during the Subaru Share the Love event happening now. Learn more at markmillersubaru.com.
Let's do some wheels talk. Let's
Wheels.
start right here. The National Highway of Safety Transportation Associates, whatever,
NHTSA.
NHSTA,
Yep.
whatever
It's
it
referred to as
stands for.
NHTSA.
NHTSA. What is it? National Highway Safety?
Transportation.
Oh yeah, Transportation Safety
Safety Administration.
Administration, that one.
Rolls right off the tongue.
The New Hampshire State Administration of Highways says that in the coming years, not decades, years, they want
18 to 24 months is what was quoted in that article.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's years.
How long they think it'll take for the manufacturers to like get on board.
That they're going to make manufacturers federally require manufacturers to put anti-drunk driving equipment in vehicles. That will, and part of it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But it's because it's like things that will monitor how you're driving, which we already have.
Yep.
We already have driver distraction mitigations. But then it said something about collecting blood alcohol level.
So the really interesting thing is, obviously, there's already breathalyzers installed in cars, right? For
offenders.
For offenders.
Yeah,
And you have to blow it into it every single time.
Or the car won't start.
What
We've
this
had people
article
come
is
in to
talking about
to get appraisals with those on the cars.
You're like, hey, can you come out and blow this really quick? What's really interesting is
sorry, can't test drive your car all of a sudden.
With this article, it's too much fun about the sales desk.
Yeah.
With this article, it's talking about the fact that like legally they don't think they can require someone to blow into something every single time, but that there will be sensors and monitors that determine the alcohol content in your breath as you are breathing out.
That's not okay.
Or the second option is that it detects, it will learn your driving habits and will detect that you may be impaired based off of a deviation from your driving habit.
That's so bad.
And when I say
crazy,
18 to 24
we're
months,
losing our minds.
When I say 18 to 24 months, that's how long they think it'll take for the manufacturers to like incorporate it into the vehicles, not just for this to be passed.
Yeah.
We're talking about like potentially in vehicles. I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
But it's shocking.
How about we just, make it worse when you drive drunk?
Oh my!
How about
gosh.
you don't get a slap on the wrist 6 times? How about you go somewhere and learn a lesson, so that because I have never and plan to never have a drop of alcohol in my life. I have to give you my DNA to drive a car.
It's crazy
that you can then use to frame me for murder.
I don't know if I talk about. It's not DNA.
It's my DNA.
We're not collecting DNA.
Blood.
We're not talking about blood.
Yes, that's
you
said
don't
in
have
the
to
article.
draw your blood before you start the car.
That's the next thing.
It's in your oxygen.
You watch Josh Goldsmith. You give him an inch, they'll take your blood. That's how
how that goes.
You're gonna put your hand on the steering wheel. It's gonna prick your finger. Little droplet's gonna roll down into this collector bin.
And you're gonna be approved to drive or not.
You can drive straight to prison because we just framed you for murder. I'm anti-drunk driving, but I'm also anti
Who isn't
Big Brother.
Anti-drunk driving?
Yeah, there's no one like, I'm pro-drunk driving. Hi, I'm Austin Horton, and I approve this message. You know what we need.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about
the sales process.
Yes. So there's this TikTok that went viral of this gal who claims that she used to be a sales manager at a car dealership.
Which I don't entirely believe.
You don't believe girls can be sales
That's
managers?
Not why.
Breaking news
not
right here.
Why. Not why.
He wants your blood, and he's sexist already.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's just fully steamroll me, pal.
Canceled.
All right. So, but I don't believe it either. I just
the comment that she made that I found really interesting was the docking fee. And her referring to a docking fee as the car being delivered, like physically docked at the dealership, and if the dealership already has it there, you shouldn't have to pay for the docking fee.
That's wrong.
When a dock fee actually stands for documentation,
right.
Documents, paperwork, not a physical docking of the vehicle.
She could have worked at a dealership that had one of those junk fees that they called
a delivery
a docking fee.
That is true.
But anyway, she was talking about all this stuff.
The hoops, the games,
oh my gosh.
The shenanery.
Of here's how you beat the dealer. And from the moment you walk in the dealer, you have to do a certain dance to get around the just nonsense.
She says, when they bring you back your first offer, you should call another dealership right in front of the salesperson and say, hey, this is the offer they give me. Can you beat it?
Yeah. Because that'll make the salesperson... Which, look, I'm not saying she's wrong.
No.
But one comment that she made was that the industry needs to be redone. Like, she was talking exactly about our business model of promise price, of no negotiating, of being transparent and open and honest and showing you every number.
And for those of us
that's locked in.
And for those of us that work in or have experienced the way that we do business here at Mark Miller Subaru, it feels so like a completely different world to even think about playing these games, right? But for 9 out of 10 people, that's the biggest fear they have when they go and buy cars.
It's already hard enough to, got to do your research on what car you want. You got to choose a budget. You got to this and that and the other.
The pricing, the interest rates, everything.
And then you have to go fight? That's
crazy.
Who wants that? Who wants that? You don't do it for your groceries.
Jeff was telling me a statistic a couple of years ago, and I don't remember the exact number, where if we within the automotive business, within the industry, as car dealers and as Subaru retailers, if we made the car buying process somewhat enjoyable, the number of cars that would be sold per year, it like triples.
Yep.
Solely based off of making it a slightly more enjoyable process.
Well, I bet if Jeff were here, he would tell you he's made way more money since going to promise price than before. And it's not just because...
way happier people.
And it's not because he's like cutting out any loss of profit.
Right.
That would have been there if he was negotiating. It's because people are enjoying the experience and telling everyone they know and they're coming and buying the car.
Yeah.
So it's just... It should not be as stressful as it is. Buying a car should be as fun as possible.
Yep.
I know it's not fun to spend $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for most people.
No.
But you should still be able to enjoy the fact that you've put yourself in a position in life to get a new car.
So
that's awesome. You should be celebrating.
Totally. One of the things that we always talked about when we switched over to Promise Price was this idea that not everyone's going to want to buy through a Promise Price model, right? You're going to have those people that want to come in and negotiate. Out of all the customers that you have sold cars to, how many of them have come in and said, oh, well, I want to go to a place where I can negotiate?
Probably in the 2 years I've been here, I can think of two people. One really, the other one was an ancillary of a customer. The customer ended up buying, but the dad said, you shouldn't. You should buy somewhere that will negotiate with you. Anyway. But the other one, so two. In 2 years, I've had two.
It's crazy.
And it blew my mind. But I kind of just was like, well, if you want to do that, go. There's nothing you can do for me. I cannot put you through these games.
Well, and
go buy a car if you want to do that.
And like you said, buying a $30,000, $40,000 car, if you've set yourself up to be able to do that, or any car, should be something you celebrate and you're excited about.
Should be a benefit.
Unfortunately, way too many people walk out of a dealership after buying a car worried about whether or not they got a good deal. Yeah. And that's 100% where you talk about car buyer's remorse, right?
And the second the car needs a repair, you hate that car. Yeah, I've been there. I've bought cars the traditional way in my life, and I never enjoyed making that payment.
No.
I mean, you should probably never enjoy making a payment.
No,
but every single month,
I
hated that car every time that payment came out. And it was a fine car, but it was because the experience I had buying it was miserable. So anyway, I found that TikTok, and you can check it out. It's Royce Styles or something like that on TikTok. Like that. Just Google TikTok car dealership.
She's not the only one. There's a lot of people that have put those videos together. It's interesting to watch, and it's good for the person who's unfortunately maybe doesn't live near a store that does Promise Price or does a no negotiation model to educate yourself on what that car buying process looks like.
Yep. So I've had people buy from us from Seattle, of course, a lot from Wyoming, several from Montana, and Arizona, California, Oregon, because they are calling every dealership trying to get the best deal, and I've told them about how we do business, and they pay for a plane ticket to come buy a car from me.
Or drive 6 to 8 hours.
Yes, so that they don't have to go through the junk.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the way it should be. It's just how it is. All right, speaking of the way it should be, the Share the Love event is going on. Granite Education Foundation and Girls on the Run Utah are our two local charities this year.
We're over halfway.
We are donating $250 to match Subaru's $250 every time someone buys or leases or orders, I saw on the paper today, a new car between now and January. You get $500 towards either Girls on the Run Utah or Granite Education Foundation. And there was this little snippet that ABC4 did with us, Mark Miller Subaru, Jeff Miller. I saw Ashley was involved. I saw Nate Lindquist. I saw a lot of, and
Utah Jazz.
The Jazz, yeah. The Santa sacks that you'll see us making on this thing. I was on vacation the day we did that, so I was very sad to have missed it. Next year. I'll be there next year. But here, I thought we'd play this little news report just to kind of bring awareness to the show.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Miller Subaru is sharing the love and empowering the youth right here in our community. Joining me now in this sponsored interview is Jeff Miller and Ramey Prince with the Granite Education Foundation. All right, Jeff, let's jump right in. What is Share the Love all about?
So Share Love, that's my favorite event we do all year. So it's between Thanksgiving and New Year's, and it's a national event with Subaru where they donate, Subaru of America, $250 for every new car sold. And so then we here at Mark Miller Subaru, we also match it. So we add another $250 by our choice. So every new car we sell between Thanksgiving and New Year's, we donate $500 to one of 6 nonprofits.
That is so generous. And let's talk about some of those nonprofits and why you've chosen those that you have partnered with.
Yeah, so the great part that Subaru does is they let us pick 2 local ones. So we get to pick 2 of them and then 4 of them are the national ones. So we pick 2 local ones. We pick Girls on the Run, which is a great organization in Salt Lake City. Then we also pick Granite Education Foundation, which does so much great for our kids in our community.
Okay, let's get to know a little bit more about that. Ramey, tell me about the partnership and what it is that you do and how you are changing that for kids who might be food insecure and need this help this time of year and all year round.
Yeah, absolutely. So Granite Education Foundation, first of all, is very grateful to be a partner with Mark Miller Subaru during the Share the Love event, but we really focus on reducing barriers to learning in the classroom and providing some sort of access to opportunities outside of the classroom, right? So one of our biggest things is, food assistance and student aid, making sure that students are ready and available to learn in the classroom. With this partnership, we've been able to, do things with our Santa Sex program. They're volunteering as we speak right now, and we're also able to support our teachers and educators with the help of Mark Miller.
And we thank you so much for what you're doing and the partnership and spreading the word and spreading the love. Will you tell us a little bit more about what the Santa Sacks entail?
Absolutely. So we do Santa Sacks for about 9 to 10% of our students. That's almost 60,000 students, and we do like 6,500 of them every single year. Mark Miller and the Jazz have kind of stepped up, and they are putting together set bags with like a pillow, a blanket, and many more things. So it's awesome.
Oh, it's incredible to hear about, to see firsthand, and the impact that it does make. Let's talk about that.
It's a big part. I mean, the school districts can't do it on their own. They need Granite Education Foundation to be in there to help them not only on the student level, but the teacher level as well. So for us to be able to come here, I just actually came off the line where I was helping with the Santa stacks. They put me at the end doing decorations, but I think I did okay. But to be able to create those and create a happy moment for a kid is pretty awesome experience.
Oh, it's so important. It's life-changing. Let's talk, too, about service and repairs with Mark Miller Subaru.
Yeah, so the other good part about this event is we've added different parts to the program as well. So with every oil change we do, so every oil filter that we sell during that same time, we also make a donation. We also have a partnership with Proper Brewery, and they've made a special Suba Blue Ale. So we have a Suba Blue hazy ale. And so the idea of this is that every beer they sell in restaurants around Salt Lake Valley, they donate $1, and everyone they sell in their stores or in their bars, they donate $2 for everyone. So we're going to raise a lot of money for these 2 charities.
Oh, you're getting the word spread and a lot of strong partnerships. And Ramey, I just want to hear one more time what you think about the impact with what you do and what you see on a daily basis, how you hear those lives are changed and helped.
Yeah, I work with social workers and counselors every day who are so thankful to have our resources available to them. They're talking about students who are facing massive barriers to learning, people who, are struggling with homelessness, our unsheltered community, people that need these resources to be successful in school. So
important work, both of you. Jeff, where do we go to learn more and to take advantage right now and help and share the love?
Yeah, so to learn all about the event and about us, it's www.markmillersubaru.com, and you'll be able to find out all about our great charity partners, learn how to volunteer with them. It's a big thing with us is not just giving money to these organizations, that really dig in and be a part of these organizations with them. So we really want our customers to be volunteers too. So that's something we really like to push. But visit our website and you get all the information there.
I love the message. Thank you both so much for the sponsored interview. Share the love. Thank you both.
There you go.
I mean,
Fun
if that
stuff.
doesn't warm your heart.
It's cool. It's always fun. It's really fun when someone buys a car and then you get to tell them, by the way, you're buying a car and doing good.
Yeah.
And not only that, you have a chance to get 3 years of payments covered in April at the Return the Love event.
So cool.
Everyone that buys or leases or orders a car now through January, end of December, first couple days of January, is entered into a hopper next April. We'll pull out a name and one of you will get your payments covered for 3
This is always my favorite time of the year because it's so cool to have one of the foundations of these companies, and Jeff and Mark just embody them to another level, is the importance of giving back to community. And Subaru embodies that, and it's so cool to see such a huge community focus during this time of year. And it's even more fun this year because we have so many cars on the lot. And it's fun to see customers actually being able to come in and take one home rather than having to order one and say, oh, it'll be here in March. So it's been extra fun getting to see people actually come into the lot and drive away with that new car around this time of year and know that they're also getting to do so much good. And or not only are we donating money when someone buys a new car, but we are also donating when people come and get their oil changed.
$5
every sale of a Subaru genuine oil filter. So.
And then, of course, you can go to proper restaurants and brewing and get the
Suba Blues Hazy Not Hazy.
And that'll donate some money as well. So what a great gift, by the way, for your neighbors.
It's so cool, and the can is awesome.
That's the can alone is worth buying the thing. So, in fact, maybe we should have one at my house. Even though I don't drink, it'd be a cool can. I gave my neighbor some last year.
Drink and drive responsibly.
How about drink, don't drive?
I'm not saying those happen together. And that's all for Wheels this week.
He said drink and drive responsibly. I thought that was funny.
Separately.
I know, but you didn't say comma. You just... All right.
Insert comma here.
Drink responsibly.
Drive responsibly.
Do them
Don't do them together.
Call an Uber.
Oh, my God.
Oh, and shout out, our company party was off the chain again this year. So much fun at All-Star Lanes in West Valley. It was a lot of fun. And I beat this guy soundly at the hoops in the arcade.
Do you have video proof of that?
I do.
With a score?
I do. No, the score, the button, the machine didn't record my score.
Sounds like someone.
But the video shows
lost.
you going 0 for 19 and me going 9 for 12.
In that portion of the video.
It's not an hour long. Anyway, it was a lot of fun.
It was a great time.
My arm is sore. Like Keontae George's ankle. All right. Too soon? All right, that's it. We'll be back. We'll talk about reels.
Reels.
I've got some good things to talk
being
about.
A Scrooge.
He has something really boring that we'll talk about. Stay tuned.
For over 3 decades, Granite Education Foundation has partnered with educators, ensuring students receive the support they need to excel not only in the classroom, but in their futures. Working together with Mark Miller Subaru, students' educational experiences have been advanced, kids' and educators' horizons have been broadened, and teachers' resources have been multiplied. Granite Education Foundation collaborates with individuals, community partners, and businesses to offer vital support through a range of essential programs. These initiatives focus on the most vulnerable student populations within the Granite School District, ensuring they're prepared to learn alongside their peers. Mark Miller Subaru is proud to join forces with Granite Education Foundation, championing their work through community outreach, teacher recognition, and helping students with essential supplies. Together, we pave the way to success. Join Mark Miller Subaru in empowering the youth, inside and outside of the classroom, during the Subaru Share the Love event happening now.
Let's start with the boring.
Nope.
Okay.
It's at the very end.
All right.
We're saving the best for last.
So I've got a couple reviews for you.
Should we start with Leave the World Behind?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Did you watch it?
Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali.
We're going to watch it
whose
this weekend.
Agent, by the way, just bought a Subaru from me.
Ooh, good
shout out, B.
work.
Brian, you're the man. And Ethan Hawke. Lots of great acting, good writing. It's a fun suspense on the edge of your seat movie. Like the whole time you're watching it, like, what's next? What is going on?
looks
What is
really
happening?
good.
Did you watch it?
No, we're going to watch it this weekend.
It is a 4 out of 10. That's how terrible it left me feeling.
Maybe I'm not going to watch
No,
it.
you
this
need to
weekend.
watch it.
I don't know if I
Similar
do.
to The Killer on Netflix.
Are you serious?
Watch The Killer. You love the thing, and then it ends. You're like, what the hell?
There's no
That
way
could've
it's a
been
4
amazing.
out of 10.
Uh-huh. It's great.
What
it's
is
an
it?
8
What
out
is
of
it
10.
on Rotten Tomatoes?
It's an 8 out of 10, and then it ends, and you're like,
So what you're saying is turn it off right before the end,
I'm saying watch it.
and you'll feel better.
Watch it in stints, maybe. Because it's a long movie. I don't know.
it?
I'm one that I don't do well sitting through longer than an hour and a half anyway. When it gets to 2.5 hours,
It's a miracle you sit still through this podcast.
it better be good. If it's not, then I'm like, I have one life to live, and I spent 2.5 hours of it watching this warmed over poop.
All right, well, not watching it.
So, no, you should watch it.
Nope.
But it's a 4 out of 10.
Nope.
Same with The Killer.
You stole my thunder.
Did you
Not
see The
gonna watch
Killer
it.
on
Nope.
Netflix?
Nope, but
Oh,
probably
it's-
not going to watch that one
It's
either now.
phenomenal, and then it's not.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. I'm just. You want me to lie to you?
What's the best movie you've watched in the last week?
Not Trolls Band Together. That's my next review for you. My kids and my wife love the Trolls franchise.
Do they?
Yes.
How was this one?
And I would rather be poisoned slowly. But the kids loved it. My wife loved it. Your family's going to love it. It's good for that reason.
Yeah.
It is what you know what it is.
I have 2 funny stories about this movie.
Oh,
I
you
have
saw
I
it?
have not seen
Oh,
it.
All right.
So I have a really good friend who also loves the Trolls world. She's an attorney and knows quite a bit about
Law, I hope.
no, what's it called when you get like reimbursed every time the song plays?
Royalties.
And she said it was so hard to focus during this movie because she was just like reading up on royalty law. And she's like, every single time a song came on, she's like thinking about all the legal that had to go into like getting this movie to the finish line. So that was
they're
story number
expensive to
1.
make, these
Oh
movies, yeah.
Story number 2. I went to a movie in a movie theater for the first time in quite some time last weekend.
Is that the movie we're going to be talking
That's
about?
the movie we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
And this movie was playing in the theater next to it. And there were times where the scene that I was watching was overpowered by the of Trolls.
Everybody!
Yeah, it was out of control.
As
So the
an
soundtrack
arrow is
off
impaling
the
someone's
chain.
temple. It is. It's
Is
a
it
good
out
family
on
movie.
TV? Or did you have to go to the theater to watch
No, you can get it. You can buy it at home. You
can?
Yeah. And I totally bought it and didn't watch it for free illegally. All right, and then Wonka
Wonka?
with Timothy
I think this would be
Chalamet.
good.
Hugh Grant, whatever. You know, he's funny. He's whatever. I thought I was over this whole franchise.
Willy Wonka scared the crap out of me as a kid.
Me too. With Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
And it was pretty creepy. The guy with the glasses
aggressive.
and the tunnel where it was a little weird.
Yeah.
A lot of kids went to therapy because of that movie. But then they did the reboot with Johnny Depp, and a lot of people loved that, and I hated it.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
And so when this was coming up, I was like, oh, really? We're doing this again? Mm-hmm. I just watched
Third time's the charm.
I just watched the trailer for this.
And it looks great.
It looks phenomenal.
I know.
It looks really, really good.
I watched
And
the
it's out
trailer
today in theaters.
in the theater last weekend.
Yep.
And it was, I think it's going to be good.
So I'm excited to see what this one does.
December 15th.
And you can even go to a theater and get
Today. It is out today.
a bucket of popcorn that's in a top hat. Like it's his hat is the bucket of popcorn.
I saw that last weekend.
It's only $700.
You can also get a bucket of popcorn,
$30.
which I had to do for my lovely wife in a Taylor Swift container.
Jean
It
jacket?
was sold out.
The bucket was sold out when you went?
Yeah, the Taylor Swift one.
For the Eras tour?
We got a Taylor Swift bucket and a Taylor Swift cup.
Oh. Does it have her sweat in it?
Hashtag Swifty. All right, do you want to talk
Go
about...
Chefs.
Do you want to talk about the great movie that we saw this weekend?
Let's talk about...
And by
this.
we, I mean I.
Let's talk about it. I'm so excited.
The Hunger Games.
Cats versus snakes.
It's back.
is it
Songbirds and snakes.
The Ballad of Snakes and Sollies.
Are you ready for my review?
Yes.
I thought it was really well done.
Okay.
It was cool to see kind of the whole
Is this
idea
a
of this is
prequel?
that it's like a prequel
Okay, all right.
of like how the games came to be.
Oh. It's the origin of the
yeah.
Hunger Games.
Yeah. So very well done from that standpoint. It seemed like they should have broken it up into 2 movies. It's also a very long movie.
Yeah.
It's a part 1, part 2, part 3.
Ugh.
It felt
In
it
one movie?
slowed down a little bit.
Ugh.
Overall,
What was this, church?
a good movie.
Let's go. Let's
I
get it
would-
going here.
Very highly recommend it.
Really? You think I'd like
Worth
it?
a watch.
Jokes aside, do you think I'd like it?
I think you'd like it.
All right. I'll probably see it. You're lying!
I don't know. I don't know if you like any movies.
I love a lot of movies.
What was the last movie you liked?
Bye Bye Barry. Documentary about Barry Sanders on Amazon Prime.
How about a regular movie?
What's that supposed to mean?
Like not a documentary.
Mission Impossible.
Really?
Oh, best movie I've seen in the last year.
Did you see Barbie?
No, I didn't.
How about Oppenheimer?
Nope. Speaking of movies, taking your whole life to see them.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
We waited till Oppenheimer.
Word.
We
I've
waited
been
till
married to
Oppenheimer
my wife
came out, and that was a grind.
Yeah, you gotta really, really love atomic bombs to sit through 7 hours.
I did not fully appreciate the high level of like engineering and science that was focused in that movie.
Huh.
I mean, it is like you learn a lot. That's a big focus of the 3 hours of whatever that movie is like the actual science behind it.
Sounds like a fun one.
Uh-huh.
Real,
Perfect movie for Christmas
real-
morning. I'm sure your kids would love
It
it.
reminds me of Gordon Munson. Every year he makes his kids watch Schindler's List
What?
before Christmas so that they appreciate what they have. Oh my gosh. All right.
That's horrible.
I know. They all get to pick a movie the week of Christmas to watch as a family, and every year he picks Schindler's List.
We're going to have to get him on the phone after that.
I mean, I get the idea of making them appreciate history and what happened and what they have and what they don't have to go through.
That's fair.
But that's a movie you see once, and that's enough.
Yep. We've driven the point home. All right, I have one last question.
Okay. All right.
What is your favorite
Ice cream.
Christmas movie since we're in that time of year?
Well, we were just, I think it's Spirited, the one that came
think?
out last year.
Okay.
With Ryan Reynolds and
That's your favorite,
Will
really?
Ferrell. I think it is.
Wow.
Before that, I would have told you either Home Alone or Christmas Vacation.
Oh, we watched that this last weekend. My favorite.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Christmas Story.
Nah, I don't. I can't.
I love good Christmas Story.
I can't. You know what with Christmas Story? I can't, as the kids
Why?
say. I don't know. I think it's the TBS overplayed it thing. I think that it's just. I've seen it so
But
many
you'll
times.
shoot your eye out, Austin.
Do you know you can go? They've bought that house,
Uh-huh.
and you can go have a Christmas
Cool.
Story experience.
It's in Illinois, isn't it?
No, Ohio.
Is it in Ohio?
Yeah, Ohio.
Anyways.
So that's I'd say Spirited, but close call with Christmas Vacation. Last year my cubicle was Christmas Vacation. I don't know what
That
I'm
was
going to
nice.
do this year.
Better get going.
I was
There's
bitter.
some impressive
I know I was bitter.
office
I didn't
space
win
coming
last
together
year.
this year.
I know.
I think we need to put out a poll.
All right, polls are fun.
Is Die Hard a Christmas
Yeah,
movie?
yeah. I mean, in as much as it is a Christmas party that he's crashing,
Just asking the question.
I think it is. Do you not?
I think it is.
All right.
I'm just making sure.
Have you seen Die Hard? You've never seen Die
I know
Hard?
some people.
Probably a long time ago.
Oh my gosh, that's your homework?
God, what are you, 6?
Holy cow.
Now,
Actually, not
Get
far.
going. We expect a full 5-page report.
All right. Well, no, I
Make sure to cite your sources.
let us know.
for sure.
and no using AI.
A bibliography, please, in AP style. I think it's a Christmas movie. Yeah.
I think it is.
Okay, well then isn't Narnia a Christmas movie as well?
Yeah.
All right.
Is Harry Potter?
The boss is calling. I got to go. That's it for episode, we think, 62
We hope 62.
of Sports, Wheels, and Reels. He's Josh. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
For Ashley, and no thanks to Jeff, except he provided us with everything here.
I did. Thank you, Jeff.
We'll see you next week. Until then, Utah by 5.
Trust me.